Right, so I've just managed to remove the front crank seal. So I'll show you how I've done it. So if you look at that screw, that is screwed straight into the actual seal, and that is a self-tapping screw, and literally screwed straight in, and voila, it is nice and loose. And that should, oh, there's a little washer I've just realised there, which is kind of been stopped by the screw, I think. What the hell's going on here? Right, do you know what? Let's get joke. Right. Big.
It's come out. It's because of that washer.
That's what it is, isn't it? It's the washer that's stopping it. Oh, we got the keyway. That's why. Duh. Gotta get the keyway out. So if you look just above there, there's the key. So we need a pair of pliers to remove that, please.
Okay.
You might be able to do it from up there, actually. I don't know if you can or not, but long nose pliers, maybe. That might do the trick. Or a nice beefy pliers, you know, whatever you can get. If you can reach down. Right, hold on, let me just pause. There we go. Right, might remove that now. So we should be able to pull it out. Straight out. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Lovely. Actually, that washer we need to keep. Need to make sure we keep. But there's the old seal. It was, again, it's brittle. It is hard. Not pliable anymore. So yeah, it was definitely leaking quite badly. So there's the hole. And now we're going to clean it all up. And we're going to fit the new one in. So I'll show you that in a bit. Whoop whoop. Okay, so quick update. This is what I used to drive in the front crank seal. This is a, what size is it? 36mm shallow socket. It's not a deep one, but it was enough to get it started. And then I put this extension on it as well to get a nice enough sort of space down there. And this is a 32mm socket, but it's a deep socket, so that helped me drive it all the way in its home. Now I'll spin you around and show you. Yeah, another one, brand newly fitted front crank seal. Amazing, perfect. So we're happy with that. Everything's nice and clean as well. Look up there, no oil leaks whatsoever. So now the next thing to do, we need to finish off the top part. So we need to put these caps. I'll show you. Hold on. These caps have to be fitted back in position, and then once the caps are in, which I believe this is the, hold on, I think normally they're marked, like the exhaust and intake and whatever. At least I thought they were. Anyway, doesn't matter, because that is the one for there. Actually, did we clean those? Yeah, we did. Double check everything before we fit. So that one goes on over like that, and then that one goes over like, let me just move it over here actually, be able to see much better. Helps to spin it the right way around, doesn't it? Right, and just like that, it goes in place. Screw them down by hand, hand tight, hand tight, hand tight, and then we can get the Ryobi ratchet gun on it with the correct bit on it, wherever it's gone, down there, and then we can tighten it up, and we're good. Hold on. Yeah, got the gun on it now, so we can tighten it. We're not going to tighten it madly because these are torque settings. I don't know what the torque settings are at the moment, so just so that they're on there for now. Lovely, beautiful, just the way we like it. Thank you. And then now it's pretty much ready for the crank, no, not the crank, for the camshafts pulleys to actually go back in. So if you look at these little pins, one there and one there now, and if we look at the actual sprockets, where are the sprockets, mate? The actual camshaft pulleys, yeah, that's it. So if you look at the pulleys, this one is the one on the right, which is the exhaust, I believe, yep. And then the one that Mark's holding is the one on the left, which is the intake. But if you look at the middle, there it says exhaust and in. I'm assuming that's inlet. So this is the correct way of looking at it. If you turn it around, there's no markings on it, there's nothing on it. So in fact, we're going to clean this up in a minute. It's filthy from the oil leaks and stuff. And then this one has just a single keyway across there, so you can't really get that one wrong. That is 100% one. It's only going to fit one way, but this one could fit two ways. So we need to make sure it fits the correct way around. So it's keyed, which means the fact that it's keyed, it's so much easier to fit. Which means somehow if we moved the camshafts out of place or whatever, then we'll be able to find exactly how to put it back together, back into timing. Now some of these more modern engines, they don't have any keyways or anything like that to actually fit anything back on, to fit the camshafts or even the crankshaft pulleys back on. So you have to time it in a different way. There are tools you have to use, but these are so much easier to time. You don't need a lot of tools. The only tool I used was simply the cam pulley tool, which was to stop the cams from actually spinning. But in this case, I don't need to, because we've removed them. Therefore, there's no way of locking them in place anymore. I mean, there is a, so if I show you here, you can put spanners on them. It's probably going to be something like 27 or something stupid like that, and then that way you can spin the camshafts exactly where you want them, so that makes life so much easier. Now it's all clean, lovely, even the cylinder head is nice and clean, so when it comes to fitting everything back, we shouldn't struggle. And I am going to pour some fresh oil into all of these lobes, just to make sure everything's nice and lubed up before we close it up. And obviously underneath, I'll show you, we still don't have a pan on it because we haven't cleaned it up properly yet. There's still loads of areas that are covered in oil. So once that's all cleaned up, then the new gaskets for the oil sump, in fact the sump itself is not finished yet, I've still got to finish that, so I might soak it overnight, more over tonight, and then tomorrow when I come back, hopefully it would have penetrated a bit more, made life a bit easier to remove whatever's on there, whatever debris there is on there. And it should just make life much easier. So we're calling it at night. It's almost like 9 PM at night or something, isn't it? Quarter past 9. So yeah, I think that's a bit late. Yeah, it's late enough. Yeah, so we'll call it a night, and then we'll restart back up tomorrow and continue on, and we'll show you how we progress. Thanks for watching. Whoop whoop. Right, just a quick update. Right, I'm going to show you something. So this breather hose, a breather pipe I should say, because it's metal, it has two 10mm bolts. One you can clearly see in the picture right in the middle of it. The other one is on the back where I've got the extensions. I'm using 3 different extensions just to get down there, and it's almost out. And we're also going to use most likely a magnet of some kind to actually get that bolt out, because otherwise it will drop right down to the bottom. I think it's loose enough. He thinks it's, it's definitely gone on the floor, but I don't think it will drop. It would have dropped into the oil pan. And then we can do the same thing. This one, did you see it? No? Oh, okay. All right. And then, oh yeah, that one was much tighter than the other one, strangely. Right, so yeah, that's how you do the 2 bolts for the breather pipe, and it's nice and loose now, as you can tell. It's nearly there. Where did it go? Of course it did. There's a surprise. Right. Oh, there's the other one.
I've got it.
Good. Thank God for that. So yeah, this is the amount of extensions I had to use. 2.5 extensions just to get to that pipe. Anyway, so it's done now, and then we can remove this pipe, and it's clogged up. Like, it's got loads of gunk built up in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to soak it overnight. It was Thing's idea, Mark's idea. If you look in there, it's literally smothered in oil, like proper dirty, filthy oil. Anyway, so the gasket is clearly no more because it ain't there. No wonder it was leaking. Literally, I can't see anything. I can't see anything on the block. And I can't see anything on the back of the pipe. So I'm glad we took that off. I knew it was leaking, but I didn't think it was that bad. Anyway, so that's it for this one. We were going to call it a night. We are now definitely calling it a night. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whoop, whoop. Hi. Welcome to my channel. So this is a bit of a weird one for my usual stuff, as I'm a mechanic generally, but so I'm top on my roof doing some repairs for my garage roof, and I thought I'd share it with you. So I'll show you what I'm doing. I built this roof, this sort of structure, like a lean-to type of structure, a while ago, like probably been a couple of years now, and I used like polycarbonate sheets, like 10mm thick I think they were, big sheets like 3 meters by 1050 I believe they are millimeters. And so one thing I didn't do at the time, which I had lost them and I found them recently, is little caps where you put the screws through and they become waterproof. So didn't have them at the time. I had literally like found one, just random one that was lying around, so I managed to fix that one. But the rest of them are not fixed down properly, as in the centered sort of, I'll show you actually. So these, see the bars, these bars that goes across, those bars are what's holding them in situ, and there's nothing else in between, in the middle, like fixed down, that's holding it, other than you see there's timber that goes across there and across there, and that's pretty much all it's resting on. And they were siliconed at the time, however at that end they lift, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass. But I thought, you know what, while it's still raining a little bit, but it is what it is. It's the country we live in, isn't it, Mark? Yeah, Mark's on the window, come to bring me some stuff.
I'm on the inside.
he's on the dry side. So I just thought I'd show you. So what I'm doing, the reason is because I'm cleaning all these bits, all these gaps between them, removing them, cleaning them, and then refitting them, because sometimes they leak, which is very annoying. But it seems to be just leaking on these ends, like across that part, rather than the rest of it, which is very odd. But I think I've got to change 1 or 2 of them, because I think that one there has a little damage right about there. So that one will either have to remove that one and chuck it right to the end, where it doesn't really matter if it leaks or not, because it's on the roof anyway, and then maybe swap them over. That's what I was thinking. But the downside to it is that's fully sealed, weatherproofed. So I don't really want to do it if I don't have to. But looks like I might have to. Yeah, just thought I'd share this one with you. Thanks for watching. Whoop whoop. So we're continuing on with my Zafira repairs, let's just say, because there's no point of saying one thing. There's so many things to do on it. So what I'm doing right now is this. This is the so it would be internal. It wouldn't be internal. It's the timing cover that is on the inside. That's it. Inside. Let's go with that. So what it has to happen is, I'll show you in a momento. Right, so it's going to go, it's going to basically cover all of this. It will sit behind there. So I'll show you. Excuse me coming down. So as you can tell, it works its way over the water pump. So water pump doesn't have to be removed, which is great. And it sits exactly like that. So yeah, just like that. And there's a few screws that hold it in position. 1, 2, 3. Those are the top 3. And then there are others down at the bottom that hold it in position as well. So that's the next job at the moment. And Mark is still cleaning that stupid sump. It's fucking filthy. Excuse my language. So I'm just going to focus on this, doing timing and all that, putting it all back together. Actually, you know what? Before I put the timing back together, I think I'm going to focus on the bottom of the car, get it all cleaned, use a lot of brake and clutch cleaner, a bit of brush and stuff, get it all cleaned up, and then I'll look into doing the timing, because there's no point of doing dirty work if you're going to do clean work, you know. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, continuing on. Whoop, whoop. Right, so what we've done is we've put oven cleaner, Mr. Muscle. Not sponsored, obviously, but I'll show you how we did it. So yeah, just sprayed it everywhere basically. It's sitting inside the parts cleaner at the moment, so we're just looking at it really and seeing, you know, it's done all the way around, inside, outside, everywhere. So just giving it 10 minutes or so, and then in a minute we're going to I've done the car as well, which I'll show you in a sec. So this is the pickup pipe, even though it still needs a little bit of a blowing with the gun, air gun. I mean, look at how clean these come out. Didn't do it with Mr. Muscle, but we did soak this for 2 nights in I think it was a degreaser of some kind, but it was fresh stuff, so obviously it worked much better. Whereas this is like so gunky and dirty, it's just not doing the job properly. So let me show you the other side. So we're now on sort of on the driver's side of the car. As you can tell, I sprayed everything. Just gone mad with it to the town. Done it all up there. Literally whatever I can get to, I just sprayed it. And obviously all under here as well, on the subframe, because it was all caked in oil from the oil leaks, and all at the front of the vehicle as well. So yeah, lots of fun. I'll show you afterwards once we've cleaned it all up, got rid of it, see how it comes out. Whoop, whoop. So just a quick sort of update on my Zafira. What we've been doing is hold on 2 seconds. So these are the oil sumps. There's 2 of them, lower one and a higher one. Now these were absolutely caked in oil. Seriously, it was so bad. Especially this one, it was just black. It's now silver, back to how it should be. So much cleaner than it was, that's for sure. But it took a lot of scrubbing, rubbing, brushing with metal brushes, all kinds of brushes, this type, that type, on a drill, hand ones like this one, and then that one, little one, to get in the crevices, even a pick just to get between stuff. It's just crazy. But got there eventually, removed most of the crud. There's still a little bit here and there, but nothing major. I'm hoping that all of that will end up coming out with with the flushing agent that I'm going to use for the oil flushing, because when I do my first oil change, I will. So if you have a look inside, it's nice and clean. There's no more oil in there that shouldn't be there. So the idea is that the first oil change, I'm just going to put some cheap oil in it, run it for like half hour, and then just drain the oil and filter, put a new oil, the correct oil, a bit more expensive oil, another filter, and then that should give me a nice and clean engine. And obviously I'll flush it together with that oil as well. That's the idea. Underneath the car, I'll show you, hold on. So to show you the top first rather than the bottom. So it is mostly much more cleaner. If you have a look down there as well, I just spotted something actually down there. It's a bit covered in oil, so I'll have to get some tissue down there and clean that up. We used Mr. Muscle along here, down there as well where the breather hole is, so I have to give that a little wipe later on. The engine itself on the top, that's also been cleaned everywhere as much as possible. Some places just not possible to get to, so let me just take you to underneath the car. And this engine mount is coming out anyway, so I didn't really bother cleaning that. Most of it is sort of grease free, oil free, even the subframe, all the surfaces along where the sump is going to sit has been cleaned. The subframe all the way around, or even the wishbones, across this side, where the flywheel sits, the bell housing, literally wherever I could clean, I did. But this ain't like a thorough clean, simply because it's impossible. Hold on, spin it. It's literally impossible to do this job 100% clean without jet washing it. That's just the way to do it. So at some point I've got to take it outside, jack it up in the air as high as possible, and just jet wash it. Otherwise I can remove the subframe, which I don't really want to do if I could help it, because I know 2 of the bolts are going to be a pain in the bum. So maybe those 2 bolts, I'm going to have to change them at some point regardless anyway, but try and delay as much as possible. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to do, hell of a lot to do. There are parts just everywhere in boxes, like on the floor. It is a bit messy at the moment, but there's not much I could do about it because I'm working in a tight space. Still on engine support, and once I fit the timing stuff back in, the idea is to use 2 new engine mounts, the front one and the side top one, and then eventually once I do the clutch, then I will also end up replacing that one as well. Now clutch won't be down for a long time, but it's driving at the moment, so it's enough for me. The other idea is that obviously the spring fell off, like I mentioned before, or the shock absorber spring on the coil spring at the back of the car. It fell off. So before I can drive the car, all the suspension needs to be done, all brakes need to be done, hard line, the soft lines will have proper braided lines on, new discs and pads all round, sliders might even need replacing. I don't know, I haven't got to that bit yet, but I might actually. That's probably a good idea. I should order that as well, add it to the parts list. So yeah, just moving on. But it's that those sumps took so much time to clean them up. I always thought like I should have just gone for brand new ones. Don't know how much they cost, but not sure if it's worth a brand new one. To be fair, the bottom one I might actually see if I can get a replacement, because it is a bit, it definitely does have a lot of surface rust, especially on the flange. I'll spin you around. Especially across like that bit there, the paint has come off quite a lot, so over time that's going to be rusty, probably even more. So I don't really want to reuse it for now, unless I can find one beforehand and before I put it back together, which is going to be on my next day off. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you soon when I'm back on it. Whoop, whoop.